Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your August 2022 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Saggy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your August energies, for your actions and interactions with the world at large, you've got the Knight of Swords. So it looks like you're jumping in with a lot of stuff this month. For some of you, this could be maybe you're initiating a new project. For some of you, it looks like you're commuting. It looks like you're doing a lot of back and forth. So maybe you're driving to and from different places. Maybe you are setting up different meetings. Maybe you are I don't know, it just feels like you're seriously on the move, like you're really on the go. There's obviously a lot going on for you at the moment. It looks like there's some big conversations when it comes to work and the profession. If you don't have work or a profession, this could literally just be you interacting with people. Maybe you're chucking ideas around this month as well, very possible. For your communications and conversations, that's like for a lot of you, there's a lot of commuting going on. Not necessarily travel, I would say commuting as in, you know, in and around your local area, maybe checking out different spaces and places. For some of you, it looks like you're interacting with new communities or groups in some way, which can be really exciting. This isn't necessarily a find your tribe energy, but it is definitely interacting with people who have either very similar viewpoints or ones that challenge you to up level the depths of your own beliefs. And as far as I'm concerned, those are always people that are worth having around in your life. If you only ever have people that agree with you on everything, you're not going to grow. And more importantly, you don't really know if you believe what you believe, because everybody's kind of in the same boat, if you like. Now, when it comes to your communications, this is communication at a higher level. So I wouldn't be surprised if this month you are having conversations with people that are older and maybe wiser, even though, you know, you guys are the wise ones of the zodiac, certainly one of them anyway. I would say for me, if you were asking who they were, you'd probably be looking at I'm gonna throw a cat amongst the pigeons, but I would definitely say the Sagittarians and the Capricorns. Definitely wise persons. Scorpios, probably Aquarians as well, and Taurians. Every sign has its intelligence, but wisdom and intelligence are two very different things. But yeah, it looks like you're interacting with people that are wise, people that are seasoned this month. And I like this because it's giving you different perspectives, different understandings, but it's like it's not happening on your doorstep. It's not happening over Zoom or over Skype. You're literally going to other new places to explore different ways of doing things, different ways of talking about stuff. Maybe even different ways of presenting things as well, which could be really exciting. Now, for your love and relations, you have the Devil. Now, for those of you that are single, just because you meet somebody that's older doesn't necessarily mean that that person is wiser. Now, yes, you're interacting with people that are wiser, or not even wiser, just people that are wise, people that have, you know, knowledge and smarts. However, you could be connecting with somebody that maybe doesn't necessarily bring out your best traits. And I've got to say, at first, this could be really exciting, potentially very sexy. But once you really dig into it, you could then see like, okay, maybe this isn't necessarily the person that I want or need for my long term. If what you're looking for is something short term, something fun, something that's going to give you, you know, all the juice and the excitement without any of the strings attached, then yes, absolutely go for it. You just need to make sure that this, you know, you're not being swayed. The other thing as well For those of you that are single, maybe you're holding too hard to a specific idea of a specific type of person. And maybe, just maybe, that person or the idea of that person represents a part of you that, not even so much like a part of you that doesn't exist, but like a version of you that is no longer present. This is something that you might really, maybe through conversations this month, you might really get an understanding of, wow, okay, you know what? I am not, maybe I'm selling myself short here by looking for a certain type of person, etc. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, that Devil card is potent, all right? So this could, you've got it with the World card. I would be mindful of allowing, third parties and stuff to come in between you and your significant other. I would be mindful about discussing. The reason I say this is it's really easy when you're in a tiz-was with a partner. It's really easy to allow somebody else's opinion to sway you. And so if you outsource on something like that this month, you may end up convincing yourself that you want out and you really don't. Just be, aware and alert of that. When it comes to your money and materials, you've got the Magician. This coupled with the Devil card, these two as a combination, honestly, this is a very selfish energy, which, depending on your personal position, might not necessarily be a bad thing, but it is a very self-centered, very self-focused energy. And if at the moment you are literally just focusing on your, I just want to get my money, I just want to, get myself to a certain place, or, I'm not interested in anything else, that's fine. But just be upfront about that, whether that's with professional alliances, personal alliances, maybe even just with yourself. The other thing, that Magician card as well, I almost want to say to you, like, don't oversell something this week. Like, you could absolutely couldn't, like, no, I could, what, as an example, maybe this is just a really crappy example because it's a story that I was told when I was studying performing arts. There was a woman who went for an audition, and they said to her, look, you know what, you're really great, but can you roller skate? And she said, oh yeah, I can tap dance on roller skate. And she said, I knew how to roller skate, I knew how to tap dance. And so the second she got given the job, she ran straight out of the audition into the nearest place and bought herself some skates and taught herself to tap dance on skates. This month, if you try to oversell something, you are going to be held to delivering it. Just make sure you can come up with the goods. Other than that, though, it's the Magician. You could make some serious money this month. If it's the kind of thing where people have to pay up front, just be aware that, just make sure you've got the thing ready to go. I don't know why, I do know why, because there's a part of me that thinks that the demand might outstrip the supply. For your first week of the month, you've got the Tree of Life. I love this card. It's actually one of my favorites throughout all of my decks. And the reason I love it so much is because it's a divine intervention and assistance. And you've got this on top of that Knight of Swords, which means there could be a fated meeting of some sort that's happening in the first week of the month. This could be a connection that's forged while you're out and about on your travels, going here, there, and everywhere. And it could be one that really takes your attention in some way. Like, you might think at first, like, oh wow, that was an awesome chance meeting, and it just develops into something truly wonderful. Keep your eyes and ears peeled in that first week of the month. Then you've got the Chariot card with the World card. So I stand corrected. There is some travel here, but there's a lot of commuting. There's a lot of, like going here, there, and everywhere. I got no problems with the vehicle this time. Vehicle looks fine. All things are good. You might end up paying a little bit more, but either which way, I actually think this is lovely. And it looks like some of you will be doing some traveling this month. The thing is, though, yes, there will be leisure involved with it, but I feel like it's more work travel than, do you know what I mean? Like, so nice. For your third week of the month, you've got the Emperor with the Devil card. That could be It's either, for those of you that are partnered or married, it's either you or a significant other that are being a little bit overbearing this month. The Devil card with the Emperor, that's a ball buster, if ever I saw one, right? Or a boob buster. I don't know what the male equivalent of that is. But this, you just want to really be mindful that you're not being, and especially because, like I said, you know, this can be quite a selfish energy anyway. Then you've got this here. Just be mindful that you don't get into a power struggle in that regard. For those of you that are single, whoever you're meeting, like I said, they could, usually the Emperor does talk marriage. The Emperor and the Hierophant always speak to me about solid commitments. I'm just not 100% that this person brings out the best in you. So enjoy it for what it is in the moment, and if it shifts or changes, you know, adjust that in the moment as well. There's a new contract coming in at the end of the month, and there's a harmonizing element as well to this. So it's like, yes, you will be very focused on getting what you want out of whatever is going on for you at the time. But there is a fairness there, and there is a moment where either you or another party will kind of rein it in and say, okay, you know what, maybe we need to rethink this or rethink the approach or balance it out. But that with the Justice card with the Magician, that's a contract of some sort that could be financially very, very lucrative for you, which could be really nice. So your new moon in the sign of Virgo is, you've got the gate 60 and limits. So this new moon is really trying to show you how to work with what you have. You know, and it's interesting because I said to you, like, don't oversell, don't, you know, tell, you know, yes, this thing is gonna, you know, before the end of the month, you're gonna be levitating. Really though? Like, is it though? So just something to think about. And the reason I say at the end of the month is because the new moon in Virgo is on the 27th, so it will be here in the 4th week of the month. But this card basically, it doesn't say that it's only limitations, it just says you're learning to, it's good. The new moon in Virgo is going to teach you to work with what you have and make the best out of that. Your full moon in the gate 29, so that you've got the gate 29 and perseverance. So the full moon in Aquarius, should I say, is really asking you to find that inner resilience. And more importantly, there are going to be a couple of no's this month. All right. I'm not sure whether these are professional or personal no's, but there are going to be a couple of no's, and they're not no's and that's it, done. They're no's because there's obviously something that you need to add, or maybe you need to be a bit more persuasive. So this is about opening something up, which I really, really like for you, because it looks like it's going to be a really busy month, especially because the sun is trining Sagittarius. So this is sun in Leo at the moment, certainly for the first 3 weeks of the month anyway. Sun trining Sagittarius, whether this is your sun, your moon, or your ascendant. This is a really harmonious energy. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.